Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. This will be a review, swatch, and dupes of the LORAC cheek palette. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales collab with the movie coming out. And this is the cheek palette. Like I said, I purchased this today from Ulta. It's exclusive to Ulta and it was $30. But I was able to use my 20% discount coupon that Ulta has going on right now, so I got it for less than $30. I was thinking about getting the eyeshadows too, but once I went to the store and I saw it, for some reason these things, they look a lot bigger on camera, like when you're watching it on YouTube, but I was kind of surprised with how small this is and how small the eyeshadow palette is. And you get 18 shadows on with the eyeshadow palette, but you only get 12 grams of product, and that was retailing for $52 if I'm not mistaken. So then I did that, like the math, and you're only getting about 0.67 grams in each of the eyeshadow pen, so a little bit more than half a gram. So I didn't think it was a good deal. Let's just say that. So I decided to just get this guy right here, and it looks the same on the packaging, but on the inside it looks like this. I'm sure you guys have seen it. There's been a lot of YouTube and Instagram advertising on these guys. So this is what it looks like. Now don't kill me, but I've never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I know, but I don't know if there's any significance in this phrase right here. I don't know what it says. Verum omnia simul astra. I don't know if that is of significance in this little like jewel stone here, but yes, that's what it looks like. When you open it, you get a really nice mirror here, and on the other side you get the cheek products right here. Now it comes with a little plastic thing that comes with like the different faces of the moon. Also, I don't know the significance of it because I've never seen any of the movies. So you get 6 pans of product here, and I did the math already, and the whole palette itself is 15.4 grams, and if you divide it by 6 pans, you get about 2.5 grams in each pan. So it's kind of like a deluxe size sample, but a very generous sample. Like I said, these are very, very buttery, and you need a very light touch, which I know I'm gonna have a hard problem with because I tend to be very, very rough with my products. Now this is being advertised as a highlighter and blush set. These are supposed to be the highlights and these are supposed to be the blushes. I would have to agree that these are highlights. This one, not so much. I would think that this is a little bit more of a blush topper, maybe even like a glittery or shimmery blush. This is definitely a blush, and I think this would be a little bit more, not a bronzer because it's not warm enough. Maybe if you're super, super fair, but for me, it will not work as a bronzer. This shade right here, Fortune, this is the lightest one. I will give you guys a swatch. This is a creamy, pearly white. Then you have Destined right here, which is a little bit more gold than Fortune. Then the one on the bottom is Star Reader, which is a little bit more golden. So you have your white toned or pearl, the pinky toned, and your more gold yellow toned. Then as you go down here to Bold Spirit, this is a lot pinkier than say Destined. Obviously you guys can tell there's a huge difference. It has a lot more color. And then you have Caribbean right here, which is a matte, like deep dusty rose color for your blush. And then you have Lost Soul, which is a very light kind of warm brown. So far I'm really enjoying Caribbean. It's a very, very pretty matte color, and I'm also really enjoying Destined. Destined is kind of like reminiscent of Benefit's High Beam for me a little bit. So there you go, guys. That's what they look like. It's a little better with the lighting there. It's not as reflected from the window. but I really enjoyed this one. I would recommend it if you guys still have that $20 coupon. You can totally use it on this one. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys can see these well. This first color here is Fortune. Then this color right here, which you can't really see, pinky color right here, this is Destined. Then this third color here that's really pretty gold is Star Reader. Then you have this like matte color right here. This is the color Lost Soul. Then you have the blush here, Caribbean. And the last color here that I think is more of a blush topper, that is Bold Spirit. And last but not least, guys, I'm gonna give you guys some dupes that I was able to find with products that I already own in my collection. Unfortunately, these are all on other palettes that I own. It's not like an individual item of something. So if you guys, I still wanted to share with you guys the dupes that I was able to find, just in case if you guys own some of these palettes, you know that you have some of the shades in this collection. There's only one that I was not able to dupe, and that is Lost Soul right here. Everything was either too pink or too brown. I wasn't able to quite get that color right there. And please keep in mind, these are not exact swatches, I mean dupes. I know some people are very like strict when it comes to dupes. So am I, but these are the closest things that I could find for a dupe for these products. So I'll show you guys. So for this first shade right here, for the color Fortune, I was able to find its dupe in this Kevyn Aucoin The Art of Sculpting Face palette. And this was on sale at Sephora. It was on clearance actually a few months ago. I think I bought it during the VIB sale last November. So I was able to find the dupe in this color right here, number 3. And I'm gonna give you guys swatches side by side so you guys can see how they look. Just for reference, this is what they look like just by looking at them in the pan. So this is the swatch for Fortune, and this is a swatch for the Kevyn Aucoin palette. It's a little bit more pigmented from the one from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I said, they're very, very buttery, but I mean, you can always build up that color with the Kevyn Aucoin one. There you go. Now for the second shade right here called Destined, this kind of like pinky shade, I was also able to find it in that same Kevyn Aucoin face palette, and it's actually color number 4, the one that's supposed to accentuate and highlight. So right there, that's how they look like in the pan. Now this is the color for Destined, right there, and this is from the Kevyn Aucoin palette. Also, it's a lot more buttery and pigmented, the one from Pirates of the Caribbean, but really they look just about the same. Now for the third shade here, Star Reader, the more golden shade of these 3 highlights, I was able to find the dupe in this Bon Jovi Rockstar palette from the Balm, in the Balm Jovi. This is what it looked like. It's actually the highlighter that comes in this palette. Hold on, give me a second. Kind of what they look like just on the pan right there. And I will show you guys what it looks like once you swatch them. This is a swatch for Star Reader, and this is a swatch for Disco Disco from the Balm palette. Both very gold in color. Actually, the texture from the Disco Disco from the Balm and Star Reader from the LORAC'S palette they're both very buttery. Maybe the one from the Pirates of the Caribbean, which is this one, is a little bit more goldy tone, but I mean, these are heavy swatches. Once you blend them out, they look practically the same. Now I'm gonna go with this one in the color Bold Spirit. I kind of dug my nail into this. I was so mad. Anyway, this is the pinky shade, the dusty shimmery pinky color that I think looks more like a blush topper. Maybe on darker skin tones will show like as a blush, but that's what it looks like. And the dupe, I was able to find it in this Bobbi Brown, what is this called? The Shimmer Brick palette. This was all the rage not too long ago. Everybody was talking about this palette, but I was able to find a dupe in this Shimmer Brick right here, the more pinky one. So let me put them side by side. They might not look very similar because of the way the Shimmer Brick looks on the pan, but once you mix all the colors together and you do the swatch, they're very similar. Swatch for Bold Spirit. And here is the swatch for the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. Now this one is looking, it's picking up a lot different on camera than it actually looks in person. I don't know if it's because I'm using natural lighting and the lighting looks different, but I'm gonna try to insert a picture. I'll take a picture and that way you guys can see that they look a lot more similar than they do on camera. And for the last dupe that I was able to find, like I said, I wasn't able to dupe this one, but for this one, for the color Caribbean, I was able to find two dupes actually in my collection. One is from the Lorac Redefined Romance. This was a palette that was being sold during the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and I've actually seen them at Nordstrom Rack. I've seen them there still, so for like $15, I think. Oh, there's a dog hair here. Hold on. These are the blushes side by side. Obviously, it's this color where my pinky is, and then Caribbean is right next to it. And the other one that I thought was still kind of a dupe for it is from Too Faced, and you can get this actually as an individual. I got it from this Love Flush palette, and it's in the color Baby Love. Let me just set it up here real quick. There you go. Now it looks like it might not be like a good dupe, but once they're swatched, they look very similar. Baby Love is right here, Caribbean is right here. At first I thought it might be a dupe for this one, what is it called? Bold Spirit. But Bold Spirit is a lot pinkier in tone, whereas Baby Love is a little bit more mauve-y. So it didn't quite dupe, but it went well with Caribbean. I'm gonna swatch first Caribbean, which is the one from the Lorac palette. And then this one right here is gonna be Baby Love. And this one right here is gonna be from the other Lorac palette. Baby Love may be a little bit similar in color. I think the one from the other Lorac palette, it's a little bit more mauve-y in tone, but I think all three look very similar once they're blended out on the skin. So there you go, guys. That's my quick review and swatch and dupes for this face palette from the new Lorac collection with the Pirates of the Caribbean. I just figured I would share with you guys some of my thoughts on it. I do think it's worth picking up as opposed to the eyeshadows. I think it's good quality for the amount of products that you're getting. And if you guys own any of the palettes that I mentioned, you guys know that there's some dupes for them in here. I'm gonna keep looking, see if I find a dupe for that last one that I wasn't able to do, but I think the dupes are very comparable to the shades here. I'm not planning on returning this palette just because I was able to find the dupes. I don't really like returning makeup, but that's another story. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye.